This is Gerald Johan van Waas with some demonstration of words that are expressed as formation processes that show us how letter combination have a meaningful combination of letters in words, and I will express a couple of words with the letter S, meaning MES or knife, a MES, a MESSE or MESSE, MEST, and STEM, which has a couple of meanings. So I have some ideas how a different order of letters can show you different orientations in words. The S in general is at the end of the complexity of letters that are ordered on a numerical system that has associations in the way how we perceive things in reality. We perceive things in a certain order of complexity, and I have described them in my book. And the S is about is all at the end of the cycle of this cycle of complexity, and they show you, even if you would consider them as estimations, how we estimate the directions or combinations of directions in words. They are like an unpredictable result of an after effect, which is already a bit separating itself from how it hangs together. That's more or less how the sound S is perceived and how we associate it. So I have some examples. We will have, of course, mass first, and mass is with the letter A, which is a very physical association that you have there. The M is growing in mass, of course, of this physicality, which you sense as an after effect. So this is very much like the physical thing that you can sense there. MESS will be different. The O is about things that you can sense in the environment, so in an environmental condition. Somewhere in time you pick out the right things and give them a certain order. So the MESS is also this kind of heavy effect that it will have, but more in the environment. This is already a slightly superficial way of showing the combinations of the letters, but then you can sense already also as an estimation in which direction it goes. So the mass is the after effect, physical after effect. The MESS is not physical, it's the after effect that it will have in the environment, and that's an association that you can already have there. MES means knife, is the M also the physicality, the growing of possibilities that you have there. The A is in time, and the S is the after effect. That was a bit a more difficult one for me, and that was a challenge because you don't immediately recognize the knife, but there is this physicality that has the physicality or where you have an extension of physicality that you extend also in time to do something with it, to separate something as well. The S has some help how you can get to the S. This is horizontal and vertical combination of frame in which the after effects are showing themselves, is a helpful tool. If I put the knife as an image on top of this image, it is, I put it into a time frame, into a mass, to create a certain effect there to separate things actually in the mass. So it is used for it as you can imagine it here. And you also have a few other words that exist. You have MESSE. So also here, this in MESSE, you can see this separation, and a separation which leads you to, yeah, a kind of after effects, what you get from it from after times. You get some other things out of it after a while. It is also this separation process as if you're having a harvest with fruit, and you separate the fruits for a different purpose, for a different time schedule. That's more or less what can be recognized in it. In MESSE, as a German word, it is compared to market or fair. The is smaller, so there are things that also are separated there, are taking out and are getting a new life, an afterlife in the end. And the S really separates the process, that it's in the end of the process, and then there can come out something new, something different, and so on. You can have a different order. Instead of MES, I will take a different order. I will take stem. I know it as a Dutch word, stem. So you have this S form, this unpredictable form of after expressions, which are now growing in size. That fits actually quite well with the stem in that perspective. In the English, it means a handle, which is less easy to recognize. Instead of that, you have the M, the mass that you use is emphasized there. So I'm not sure if this is convincing enough, but it's there. So you start with the S, or the effects, which seek a destiny of materialization. So where the materialization is proceeded, and so on. In the voice, it's easy. So because the voice expresses itself from its center, and it is physicalizing itself in a separate environment, so that's okay. The stem is also from a different environment as the knife, but as I said, it is more like as if you handle it somewhere else. I say I'm not 100% convinced yet, but it is already in that direction that you should seek it. You also have the opposite order. Instead of stem, you have MEST. MEST means manure. So here you start with the M, the materializing in time of anything that has this unpredictable S effect that comes out of it, and that's the manure effect that you have there. It's growing there, it's growing in time, and it's a bit unpredictable. Yeah, we don't really like it, of course not, but it is useful for certain purposes, but that's the way how it is produced and how it is growing there. The MES itself, as the knife, was on the same position, and there it's also still unpredictable what you do with it, how you break something apart. The S will break something apart, and with the double S as the MES, where even more S's, more effects come out, of course it will be a mess in the end if you continue this unpredictable aspect as well. So I hope you had some idea of in which direction to seek with the usage of the letter S, and where the S is used in a word, in the beginning of a word or the end of the word. That already makes a difference. I hope this was a good contribution to realize what these words are more or less expressing. Anyhow, this was another demonstration. There's a list of demonstration at that short URL, and you can subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like more demonstrations soon. Thanks again, bye.